Hey supermoms, are you ready to turn your dreams into reality and find the perfect balance between family and work? Join the Work at Home Moms community. Click the link in the video description to find out more and start your journey to financial freedom and fulfillment.
President Joe Biden choked up Thursday during an international ceremony honoring the veterans of D-Day on the 80th anniversary of the world's largest land, sea, and air invasion. Seated between First Lady Jill Biden and French President Emmanuel Macron, Biden took out a white handkerchief to wipe his eyes as tributes were paid to the veterans, whose storming of the French beaches would lead to the end of World War II. A children's choir performed Ode to Joy, a military group sang the Battle Hymn of the Republican, bagpipes played and poems were read. The ceremony also included interpretive dancers, signboards that spelled out "Ideal" and "Courage", as well as parachutists who landed on the beach. Biden joined more than 25 world leaders at a massive ceremony on Omaha Beach, including Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Prince William and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The president embraced Zelensky. The two men are expected to meet on the sidelines of Normandy. Biden wasn't the only person excited to see the Ukrainian president. One of the American veterans who fought at D-Day gave Zelensky a hug and a kiss, calling him a hero. The veterans were being wheeled by the world leaders before the start of the ceremony. Several of the leaders, including Zelensky, shook hands with them. Melvin Hurwitz, 99, a former Air Force pilot, did a double take when he realized he was shaking hands with Zelensky. And it led to a poignant moment ere the two men bonded over each other's bravery. "You're the savior of the people," Hurwitz told Zelensky. "No, no, no. You saved Europe," Zelensky replied. "You're my hero," Hurwitz said. "You are our heroes," Zelensky said. He hugged him and posed for a photo with him. "I pray for you," Hurwitz told him. The ceremony capped a long, emotional and symbolic day filled with military flyovers, salads and the playing of taps. The Bidens had one-on-one meetings with the veterans and attended a ceremony in their honor. The president then used his speech about the historic battle to take a thinly veiled swipe at his rival Donald Trump on Thursday when he said it was unthinkable to bow down to bullies and warned democracy has not been at such a risk since World War II. Biden compared the current struggle in the Ukraine to the war against Nazis that the Allies defeated 80 years ago. But his comments came at a time he is facing a rematch against a man he has called a threat to democracy, and many countries in Europe face elections that could upset the current geopolitical order. To surrender to bullies, to bow down to dictators, is simply unthinkable, Biden said in his speech at the American cemetery at Normandy. Were we to do that, it means we would be forgetting what happened here on these hallowed beaches. We're living at a time when democracy is more risk across the world than a point since the end of World War II, since these beaches were stormed in 1944. Now we have to ask ourselves, will we stand against tyranny, against evil, against crushing brutality of the iron fist? Will we stand for freedom? Will we demand democracy? Will we stand together? My answer is yes, and only can be yes, he said. Biden also reiterated and rallied allies to support Ukraine, arguing its neighbors will be at threat if it falls, and warned that autocrats of the world are watching closely to see what happens. Isolationism was not the answer 80 years ago and is not the answer today, he said. We will not walk away. Democracy has never guaranteed, every generation must preserve it, defend it, and fight for it. That's the test of the ages, Biden said. He also addressed the World War II veterans directly, turning to salute those who sat behind him on stage. The men who fought here became heroes not because they are the strongest or toughest job or fiercest, although they were, but because they're given a dangerous mission, knowing every one of them knew the probability of dying was real, but they did it anyway. They knew beyond any doubt there are things that are worth fighting and dying for. Freedom is worth it. America is worth. The world is worth it, he said. The American veterans were seated on stage for Biden's remarks, many of them wrapped in blankets. The day was sunny, but there was a chill in the air. Uniformed soldiers and attendants watched over them, adjusting their blankets and making